How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another freaking video on the YouTube channel. Today I have a very highly requested video coming at you. So people have been asking me every single stream, every single post, Bard, teach us the void play. Bard, void play, void play, void. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what a void is, QTC void, how to play it, where to put stop loss, TP, everything you need to know about this play so you can take the play and implement it into the charts and start making money with it immediately. You know I don't like to waste time, so without further ado, let's get right into the charts and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use this beast of a play. So here's a candle structure, and inside this candle structure we have a void. Now you won't be able to spot the void yet, but you will very soon. One thing you got to understand though, before we head into the void, is imbalance. So the market usually moves in harmony. It's balanced. What goes up comes down. What goes down comes up. What goes down, right? Every single move is balanced. If the market pushes up heavy one time, it will be compensated by a dump equally as big, right? Most of the time, right? 90% of the time, a big push is followed by a big dump. So these two cancel each other out, because otherwise there's an imbalance of orders right here, right? If you want to get into the technical terms, whenever price pushes up like this, you have a bunch of everybody's buying, right? People are buying, but every single order can't get filled, obviously, because the buy orders will exceed the sell orders, right? So it will be too many buy orders for sell orders, meaning the buy orders won't get filled. So there will be remaining orders down here. What are orders? Orders are liquidity. That means that liquidity will be resting wherever there's an imbalance. And then price obviously seeks out that liquidity, so it comes down and fills those orders, and that is an imbalance. But you don't need to understand all that, right? That was just a quick technical rant. Right here, as you guys see, we have a pretty strong push. So we have some structure, right? Price came up, price came down, and then we have a very strong push right here. 3 big green candles, right? Which created an imbalance. If you guys don't know what an imbalance is, I have a free video on my bootcamp. So if you guys didn't know, I have a full free course, full free bootcamp for anybody to watch A to Z on trading. You learn every single concept like this. So if you're new to trading, or not, if you're new to my way of trading, which is a no-wick way of trading, go watch that bootcamp, and it will be the last and only resource you will ever need to become a profitable trader. I can promise you that. Link in bio for that, completely free. Now, when price makes an imbalance, when price makes a big push like this, like it has done here, what price usually does, it comes down and fills the imbalance, right? Sometimes what happens is that price doesn't come down and fill the imbalance all the way. So if you guys know what an imbalance is, there's structure and then there's a big push. The imbalance is from the top of the push all the way down to the structure to the left side of the imbalance. So you have the imbalance, you have the left side of the imbalance. This is all for bullish scenario, right? By the way, I'll do one for the bearish scenario as well. But right here you have structure, meaning price has gone up, down, up, down. Then you have a big push, a bunch of green candles, and then the imbalance will be from here, like the top of the structure to the left hand side, all the way to the top, right? That's the imbalance. And price then wants to come down and fill the imbalance, but it doesn't always fill completely, right? Sometimes it just comes down, like you see here, halfway, right? Price only came down here. It did not come down all the way to fill the imbalance, because obviously, as you guys know, the imbalance would be from this point to this point. So this is the imbalance. But price only filled to here, which leave this area right here untapped. Basic formula. You had structure, push, structure, push, right? And between the two structures, each side of the push, so between here and here, this is a void, right? So right in between here, you have a void. A void is very simply the difference between structures on each side of an imbalance. So you have an imbalance, you have structure, and between these two structures, there's a void, which is an untapped area, which is an area where price hasn't reached equilibrium yet. Price hasn't come down and compensated for this area, hasn't filled the orders here, right? Like the formula is super simple. You have to know this. You have to know what an imbalance is. If you don't know what an imbalance is, go watch my video about imbalances from my free bootcamp on YouTube. But you have an imbalance. You have structure on the left side of the imbalance. You have structure on the right side of the imbalance. But the structures don't tap each other, which leaves a void in between the two structures. Boom. Now, once you're able to spot the void, you mark it up like so. And then what you do is you wait for price to come down, tap that void, that area of unfilled imbalance in the middle, and you enter a buy. Boom. What price usually wants to do here, price wants to push up because it's a bullish trend. But 80% of the time, price cannot push up because it has unfilled orders down here, aka liquidity. So what price needs to do is come down, fill these orders. Once it has filled these orders, then it can continue in the direction it wanted to. So what you do is you capitalize on that. You mark that area up. You enter a buy. Once you tap that void, your stop loss will be at break of structure with a few pips breathing room. And your TP will be at a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-1.5. Like so. And that will be your position. And that is the void play. Very simple concept. Very simple play. Extremely freaking powerful. Now let's go over some examples on the chart so you guys can get a real life example. All right, I gotta stop you there for a second. We're gonna continue with the void play very soon. I just need to tell you about the new promo that we have with NLF. So right now, Next Level Funded is running a promo called 20 for 20, where you can get a $20,000 account for just 20 bucks. You only pay the rest if you pass. Meaning if you don't pass, you only lose 20 bucks, which is basically a meal at this point in this fucking economy. It's Next Level Funded's most popular account by far. It's selling like freaking hotcakes. So I'm telling you, these guys are legit. They're the best in the market. Fastest payouts. I think their fastest payouts is like in 10 minutes. And also, if you need somewhere to use this beast of a play that I'm going to teach you today, 20 for 20 is perfect. You get a 20k account, you use the play, you only pay if you pass. So visit nextlevelfunded.com and go capitalize on this fucking opportunity. Go get yourself a $20,000 account for $20. Link in bio. Now let's continue with the video. So first example, AUD/USD. As you guys see, we have a bearish example here, which is good because we didn't cover the bearish example. You have structure, right? Structure came up, came down, came up, came down, and then boom, big dump, right? After structure here, big dump. Price came up, didn't quite fill it all the way to the previous structure right here, and then dumped again. Now creates a void between the two structures on each side, right here. So we mark that void up. Boom. We wait for price to come up and tap that void. Up. There it is. You enter a sell, like so. Stop loss at the break of structure with a bit of breathing room, and TP at a 1-to-1, between a 1 and 1-to-5. So we'll leave it right there. And then let's see how this plays out. Boom. Very simple, very beautiful, very clear, very concise, very profitable. It wanted to continue down, like price wanted to continue down, but it could not continue down until you have filled these orders right here, right? Which you missed previously. Beautiful. Here we have a bullish example, right? On USD/JPY. So let's see. You have a bit of structure here. Price came up, came down, price came up, came down to the previous structure, right? So here's not a void, because you see price pushed, but then price came down to the previous structure. So these structures touched each other on each side. Pause. Now after that, you saw a big push, right? So until this structure right here, it was a balanced push, because this push was just an answer to this dump right here. The price came down, came up, but then after this structure right here, it's an imbalance. Boom, 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 boom. And then you came down, but you only came down to this area. Didn't come down to tap this previous structure. And then you pushed up again. Now we know what that is. That's a freaking void. Mark that void up. We wait for price to come down and tap it. But this is going to go pretty quickly, so we're going to enter the position now. You're going to have stop loss at break of structure with a little breathing room. If you don't know what a break of structure is, I have a free video on my bootcamp about that as well. So go watch that, completely free. Link in bio, or tap somewhere on the screen. I don't know where it's going to be. And then we're going to have the TP at a 1-to-1. Like so. All right, and then we just watch the magic unfold. Boom. And that's TP. So right here, you tap this area, you enter the buy, and then right here was TP. So you pulled back and he TP up here. So quick position. As you guys see, price wanted to go up, but couldn't. So it came down, tapped this area, just tapped it perfectly, right? Once it tapped this area, and then you push the TP. And that's the void play. To understand this play, you need to understand what a break of structure is and what an imbalance is. Now, I explained both of those concepts in two separate, very informative videos on my free bootcamp on my YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube channel and watch the free bootcamp, or click the link in bio and join my free WAP. There's a course there as well, which is a little more in-depth. So if you want the in-depth course, go to the free WAP below. Completely free to join. Completely free. Anyways, that's the void play, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I know this was a heavily requested video, so I had to do it for y'all. If you want to apply for a one-on-one mentorship, that's below. But that's only for a select few people. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.